Hello everybody, welcome back to another edition of Supercharged Cars, and I just want to show this video of a custom job that I've done to one of these German police car Porsche 911s. And you might recall from another unboxing video that I did, I think I opened up 10 of these loose cars. I got for, I think, $10 on eBay with like $5 shipping, so $15 for 10 loose cars I thought was pretty good for these 911s. And it's because I had some great plans for these cars. And I mentioned in my last videos that I'm a very big fan of Porsche 911 being my favorite car. This in particular car, out of the 10 that I have, I do have some that are carded, but in these loose ones, you may see it's a little beat up. This is in one of my videos where I've tracked it, raced my son with some other cars, and it was victorious. Just a great car. It's got these beat up marks on it because it just went down the track a bunch of times, and it was victorious and won. So I'm very proud of this little guy right here. I could have pulled out some other ones that were mint condition, but I wanted to show this guy because he deserves it. He's number one. And I think maybe what I'll do one of these days is put some, number one decals on it or something like that, just to kind of be funny about it, okay? So, what have I done with one of these cars? I've taken it apart, about to reveal what I did to it. And here it is, guys. I think it came out rather well. And got some nice dual exhaust on the back here. Actually drilled through. I took some paper clips and mounted them here so that they had something to glue to, so they weren't just sticking out here. Polished them up, these little pipes. Got these fantastic aftermarket wheels on here with the Brembo brakes, and it's actually got the disc brake behind it. And you can see it moves independently from the wheel itself moves, and that doesn't move around. That disc brake in there. Did some detailing on the front here. As you can see, I scalloped out the base so that it wasn't so dramatic in comparison. This is more realistic. Put some fog lamps in there, and put my new vent in there. And how did I do that? I actually took some of this modeling clay that I have. It's not modeling clay, it's this stuff. Is that stuff? It's a two-part. It's like JB Weld, if you've ever used that. It's white, and it's great for sculpting it and manipulating it, and once it dries rock hard. So what I did was I fashioned this little spoiler back here, and it stuck to it. I didn't have anything to do, like glue it on or anything like that. It just stuck to it. I let it dry. Then I took my instruments and carved it, and this is what I ended up with. There's really no texture in there, but I didn't want to get too involved in that because I thought it came out pretty good. Paint is okay. I think I used the Testors white paint. There was a few spots where you could see I had used a dark primer, and you could see on the door jambs it's bleeding through. I have since then bought like white primer, red primer, gray, black primers, so that way I can plan more for that sort of stuff. And for these little detail spots, I just used a Sharpie. And it's not the best work. Of course, this, I don't think I used a Sharpie. I actually used a brush. It was flat black. And the flat black dries very fast, and you can see a little trail marks of the brush. But what are you going to do? Can't be perfect all the time. But I think it came out pretty good for one of my first ones. And the wheels really set this thing off like a nice sort of BBS look to it, or some sparkle wheels. Looks really cool. The front here, the fog lamps, is actually pins. I drilled little holes. I beveled these out here and made a little chamber, stuck the pin in there, and put some super glue in there first, stuck the pin in there. So these just silver heads are just pins. This is from a zip tie. And if you can see, they're facing a different way, or excuse me, the same way. They're not straight or parallel, but you can't really notice that. But this is from a black zip tie that I put in there. So I thought that came out pretty good. And of course, I did tap and drill and tap this. So we got these button head screws, these 256 screws. So yeah, I think it came out rather well. So we have our before and we have our after. Thanks again, guys. I really appreciate you watching. And I know I got to start filming this stuff on how I'm doing it. I do have a big project that I've been working on, and it involves LEDs. I didn't film any of it just because it's trial and error, and I didn't want to do it all on camera. I don't want to do trial and error on camera because it makes for a really boring video. So now that I know at least a little bit of what I'm doing, I can at least show you guys what I did to this vehicle, how I did it, and so on. So that way maybe you guys get inspired to do something like that as well. So thanks again for watching. Thanks for watching this video of my cars. And again, please keep watching because I've got a lot more coming. Work is getting in the way, obviously, of these videos, so it gets harder and harder to do. But I really want to stick with it to show my passion about this stuff. Thanks again, guys. God bless, and thanks for watching. Have a great day.